Well, look what's on the workbench today. It is the Coast Guard Rescue Boat by LEGO City. This is set number 60504, contains 742 pieces, retails for $99.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. Thank you, LEGO. And yeah, just by first impressions, this looks pretty interesting. Looks like we get ourselves 2 life rafts, helicopter, and several minifigures. And just from previous experience, these were printed, so I'm hoping this is not an exception. And it says that the boat floats too. I could put this in my pool, but yeah, I don't want to have to clean up a mess. And here's the top of the box with the various minifigures and accessories. Like we get ourselves a rescue dog, and of course, like with everything with LEGO City, there's always something on fire. And here is the back of the box, and yeah, this is more the rear of the boat, I think. And it's like this opens up, it comes apart, and yeah, it looks like we're going to be in for a very fun treat. Alright, let's open up the box and see what we have inside. And remember back in the good old days, you used to use tape on these, and everything is kind of more like mutilation of these boxes. Well, this thing's packed pretty tight, obviously, with things coming all over the place. Well, I found the big part, and I have to say that this is probably not the most sloppiest packing, but I'm having a hard time getting things out of the box. I think LEGO has most likely downsized a lot of these boxes. And yeah, we'll take a look at that here in a bit. Let's start with this bag here. So it looks like we got a rafts and a 8x16 plate. At least LEGO packaged these up in their own bags, so that's good. At least we don't have to hunt for those. And let me just set all this over here. This would be great for a yacht if I can get this in another color. But I think these can pop out if you're inclined to do so. But yeah, this would make a good base for a yacht. We'll just use this as a little holding tray. And we're going to go through and see how many bags there are. Well, we know there's 8 so far. Now, why do I go through the bags? I still get this question asked. Some want to know how many bags there are in a set, what's involved, and all that stuff. Okay, well now we know there's 9 bags. Just keep coming and coming. I think that's a brick separator in there. Some think I'm focused on brick separators. Well, if this is your first set or you're getting into this, you're going to need that tool. And I think that's it for the bags. Okay, let me get this moved over here. And then now we're going to take a look at, let me put this here, the building guides. Yeah, the whole thing about these unboxings is just to have fun and to show you how the sets are packed. And I'm not a fan of these type of folders like the other ones, but oh, I thought everything was printed. No, LEGO, you really messed it up, and don't worry, I already have that scanned. Well, I don't have it scanned now, but I will after the video. Yeah, I really was hoping these to be printed. And then we have, I mean, it looks like 2 people can build at least. We don't know yet. But there's 9 bags. I don't know how I'm going to break this one down, but we're not worried about that right now. But as you can tell, though, it's a very interesting set here. We got a lot of stuff going on here. It's going to be big. And 2, it will float. Does this even need the anchors at the bottom? No, it doesn't. It's supposed to sit there and float, but yeah, I don't know. But just by first impressions, I think it's going to be a very interesting build. Okay, so how am I going to break this set down? I was hoping at least, it'd be even. So I'm thinking of just doing 3 installments with this one. And, of course, for the first installment, we'll be doing this here and part of this. So I was hoping to kind of evenly split it, but I'm trying to balance everything out in such a way that I'm not spending all day filming or trying to do, I don't want like an hour and a half installment, very rarely. And let's see, yes it does indeed does have a brick separator. So here's your parts. This is more like the build preview, what I'm going to be doing. And this is the last of the city sets that were sent to me in December of last year, 2025. Oh, and today is April 2nd, 2026. So happy late April Fool's Day. We'll get into that in a bit because it was kind of more like a April Fool's on me. So I think in this installment we're going to cover bags 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to start from there. Like I said, I don't want to have a very big, massive build marathon. I mean, those are not too bad, but I don't want to be spending all day just building Lego sets, because I got plenty of other things to do. So, pick all this stuff up here. We don't need that right now. We'll put that away here. And we're just going to be focusing on that. I was really hoping this to be printed. I mean, right now the set's going to still start off at a 10, but we'll get into that in the disclaimer. And yeah, while I'm setting up the light, let's just do that. Disclaimer, these videos are not to be considered or construed as a professional product review, how-to, or tutorial. These are just merely my notes for the review. But I hope I can cover everything in the video, so, like every camera angle and show you where parts go, just to help you out with the build, but I cannot make any guarantees. These videos are also just for entertainment purposes, and entertainment purposes only. That's pretty much what it is. So it's just meant to be, just for fun. Just relax, enjoy the commentary, and just have fun with the set, have fun with the commentary and all that stuff. And yeah, all the wording in here is of mine and mine alone. Lego doesn't tell me what to say, except that these were provided by the Lego Group for review. In terms, this is a full-blown paid video. Okay. Some people don't like the things, but when we start building, that's when it becomes my video. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it for that. Let me make sure my wires are all plugged in here. Okay, well, I think we're ready to go. Let's begin. Let's build it. And yeah. So I got this lovely glare on my viewfinder again. And so it begins. Bag number 1. Just for a quick summation of what happened, it's been a rough week, and just to kind of sit back and build stuff, and yeah, I hope everybody had a good April Fool's Day. I hope everybody didn't get pranked too much. Yeah, let's unbag this. So it looks like we're just doing... this is what I hate about the small paper bags. They tear them like 2/3 up, and it's hard to get all the parts out of the bags. You're really going to have to go through these. So, I want to talk a little bit about April Fool's here. It was more or less just comical what people do just to fool people. I did an April Fool's on this channel, if anybody hadn't realized. We need to do the 2 rafts. Usually we start with minifigures. Let me see if I can pronounce her name right. Hatsune Miku. That was actually an April Fool's video. That, unfortunately, about 17 commenters got blocked on, and ranging from, being cussed at to, whatever. And that's what we're doing there. But, Yeah, that was a very interesting April Fool's. I think that's probably, that video there probably broke the most, other than the Nike shoe. Jay, well, I had fun watching that video. Why would people get mad about that? You'd be surprised if it wasn't Lego and people get angry over it. Yeah, so... Oh, you're going to do this stuff now. I was expecting a Lego build. It's April Fool's, right? I will no longer ever do April Fools on this channel ever again. You notice I don't do them on the main channel because I got tired of people complaining and taking it seriously. One of my April Fool's jokes that I had that I never released was, hey everyone, I'm going to show you how to build a Lego stud for today's Lego brick tutorial. Okay, thank you for watching. I was going to do something like that, but a lot of people in the community would take that very seriously. They would just... So I don't even bother with it. And it's sad that I can't even do that anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's just how it is. But more or less, though, you know, some take it seriously. Like, for example, our radio stations out here, we're playing some... let me show the minifigure real quick. He's got a double-sided head. That's how I am. That's how I was when I saw all the dislikes and hate comments. Radio stations were playing this Kitty Shark song. When I was going to work, I thought, oh, okay, it's April Fool's, you know. They played, like half the radio stations were playing this song for 24 hours straight on a loop. I mean, 4th of July. April Fool's is meant to be fun, right? That's our guy there. Minifigure number 1. Okay, we're going to do the second minifigure. And, you know, that kind of thing. But playing the same song over and over and over on a loop, I was kind of getting annoyed with it. And I thought, oh, man, if you're running off your viewers, that's one way to do it. I would have put that Kitty song in with all the rest of the playlists. But you know how they are. And I read online a lot of people weren't too happy about it because nobody knew what was going on. It was April Fool's Day. When you have like 4 stations that you enjoy listening to playing the same looped track for 24 hours, yeah, you can see where I was kind of, not me, but I was like, okay, now this is annoying. So I had to stop and go get me a cord for the phone so I can play it on my radio because I didn't have it set up for Bluetooth at the time. That's our second minifigure. And he comes with a dog. Let's take a look at him. Yeah, so I hope your April Fool's was just as much fooled as everybody else's. Yeah, got a nice golden lab there. Well, they're really cramming that in there. We got a boat right here. So we got 2 minifigures and accessories. I'm assuming both rafts are different, so I'm just going to treat them as such. But yeah, that Hatsune Miku, I was expecting that to at least be, you know, some people would have got the joke. Many didn't. So never, no more April Fools on this channel. It means I'm going to keep it all serious. And people take this stuff serious, right? So what do I do now when I see these comments? I don't give second chances. I just block them and move on. I do not have time. You know, I'm very busy. Like work this week was just hammering out work. Just pow, 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 pow. And it's nice when you get teased by your employees and stuff. So it makes it fun, you know. Yesterday was very comical. Very comical indeed. I wish I could say the same for the Lego community, but no, unfortunately. Now I see why it's like, well, I may as well sneak an April Fool's project in here, which was the Build-A-Doll, but I'll never do that again. Oh, Jay, I didn't mean to dislike your video, but why am I blocked? Oh, now you know. Alright, so you got a nice little outboard motor. I mean, that's not a bad idea for what this is, except I didn't finish building it. I just put it on the boat. You know, put that there, and we have a propeller that I gotta find. Oh, these go on the top of hats. You know those hats with the little propeller on the top? Yeah. I think my dad had something like that when he was a kid. I mean, that's not a bad idea for an outboard motor. I think that's what they're called. I'm not a boatsman, but yeah, I think that's it for that raft there. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Okay, now we're going to move on to the second raft. Yeah, but I got that all figured out. I've been sorting a bunch of parts. I got to post some pictures of how I sort my parts. But I'm kind of getting back into one of my hobbies that I really kind of wanting to share. For those on here don't realize that Lego is not my main hobby. This is just to get me away from technology. I'm surrounded by a stopwatch and a camera with, I'm staring at two screens right now, but my main focus is here. And oh, it's a little box here to put the flippers in. You know, we're going to forget that those are in there. And then you put the tile on the top. I just got to remember that. So I've been going through some of my old radios that I built back when I was a teenager. And yeah, the surfer dude built stuff. I'll show you one of them that I have out. I've been getting back into listening to FM or just AM/FM broadcast radio. And more or less it hasn't changed much, except there's just more junk on there. But sorry if my hands are getting in the way, but I think that's it. Are we not done yet? I don't see the stars. But when we get to the bigger build, I'll show you what I dug out of my storage, and it still works surprisingly for being homemade. And you want to talk about expensive hobbies, I'll show you one here in a second. There's a floodlight there. We'll put that on the boat. I don't think it goes like that. No, it doesn't. That second one goes in there like that. Isn't that cool? And that takes care of bag one. Wow, that was pretty quick. We survived that, huh? Took about 10 minutes to go through that, and that's what we have remaining. That means I'm going to have to sort those out too. Alright, step aside, folks, as we got bag number 2 coming up. Yeah, hey, at least here, I cut it to you straight. I don't filter, I don't censor what I have to do on here unless I'm coughing. Ooh, I hope that's not scratched. It's mostly just dust. I mean, let me get the black paper here. Yeah, this would be called part inspection now for bag 2. When you see that on here, you know we're going to be doing something. I can't find that black paper. Hoping I can see it real quick. I said I've been going through things doesn't mean I'm actually organized. And yeah, I don't even know what happened to the black paper. Well, I'll have to improvise. I saw it when I was cleaning up in here. Oh, there it is, right there. Why didn't you guys tell me you were hiding it from me? Somebody been asking me about, you know, where do you just use a black piece of construction paper. There's some scuffs there on the side. I was hoping those wouldn't be there. Other than that, it's in pristine condition, except my fingerprints. I'm going to say that's a 9.5. It's not minor, but, you know. Yeah, I was hoping. Okay, now we can get to the build. We have another minifigure we got to put together. Alright, so now we're going to continue on here with this. And if you don't open these up right, this is what happens. When you're opening stuff like this up, open it over a bowl or something. Don't, oh, why did I do that? I didn't want to dump that in one pile. Well, it's too late now. So it looks like this bag here does the helicopter. So, I got to get up and get a haircut. That I need to do. Usually these come printed, but these are not printed today. Trying to, well, I found the head. Alright, so she is our pilot. But where's her pants? Where's my pants guy? She's got two sides. I always show these when I do these, just so for a mental note. You know, because I'll forget, obviously. And at least they got her the correct helmet. Yeah, they got people flying around the moon now, which is cool. I was watching that on the news. Why don't we have people landing on the moon and they televise it? Now with all this technology, nobody wants to do that. Alright, now we're going to move on to the helicopter. And let's see if I have my props here. I'm going to show you something that I built. About 30 years ago, back in the 90s, and you can tell it screams 90s. Oh, it's right here. Alright, well, let's get a little bit going here on the helicopter for you. And it's just going to be like a quick show and tell. It doesn't have batteries in it, but it is battery powered. It's basically a 6-volt radio that picks up pretty much distant stations a little bit beyond the horizon. Something that I had modified. I spent, back in 1990s money, well over $100 to build this item, and this is when I was heavy into radio DXing. It's just an AM/FM radio, but I'll show you here. That's if I can grab it. Get the dust off of it. Doesn't that scream 90s? A touchpad. Of course, there's no power on it. No knobs, no switches, except for that on the side, and that's all wood. There's your batteries. Antenna. And I built this a long time ago, and it was a kit that you can build. And you can range from different prices, like you can get ones with the shortwave and all that stuff. I didn't want the shortwave, I just wanted a good old-fashioned AM/FM radio because I like listening to the radio back when I was younger. And that machine will pick up stations. Like, I was getting a station from Fresno, like, what's like 250 miles away. I don't know if it was just due to the atmospheric conditions or what. I think that's supposed to go like that. They say line of sight, you can't pick up stuff over the horizons. It just depends. Boy, at night, AM was really hopping on that thing. So I was really pleased that radio still works after, I think I built it in 97, so it's almost 30 years old. Turned it on, didn't even need a recap, although I do get a little hum from the power supply, so that tells me I'm going to have to change out the filter cap on it. Yeah, so for those who say, Jay, Lego is your hobby. I forgot to put that piece in there, my bad. I forgot to put this one here. No, that was my hobby back then. I used to do a lot of woodworking, a lot of electronics, so I did my own circuitry and built my own cabinets. And it's sad today that a radio like that it's been home built from kits and modified and stuff, could outperform what you can buy off the shelf. I'm not going to try to go too technical for you guys and gals, but when I built that, I put it had a one-stage FM filter system in it. I put a 4-stage. How do I know all this stuff? I did a lot of reading back then. Lots of reading. I knew how to use test equipment. Aligning stuff like that was very hard. That's not a stereo unit. That's just mono. So stereo is just a little bit more involved because you got to use the multiplex decoder. Multiplex decoding and lining, that's a pain. AM radio is easy to align. It's FM that's a little more challenging, and it only gets worse. So that was a place to start. And I built that when I was, I think my first or second year in college. And it still works today. It's better than the junk you buy off the shelf. That has survived the test of time. And the cabinet's all made out of oak veneers, so I use the good stuff. Now, with today, wood is expensive. It's really expensive. Electronic components, if you're lucky to get them without being marked up with tariffs. So building something like that today would probably be about $200, maybe more. And yeah, that's... It was, a lot of that stuff didn't come from Radio Shack. If anybody knows what a Radio Shack is. Some parts did, but I just wanted a good performing radio, and I never could find them. Even in the 90s, they just didn't really exist. So I had an old Fisher system that was, the amplifier was fried in it. So I just took out the FM filters and put them in that thing and just modified the circuit up, and it picks up stations like, let's say you have a station at 95.7 and it's really strong. The filters just block out anything adjacent, like 95.9. It's a little easier to pick up something that's long distance away. Oh, these are actually mirrors. So, but I don't want to get too technical for you guys, but yeah, that was a lot of fun putting that together. I'd love to get back into that hobby, but I'm mostly into tube stuff now. That reel is also controlled with the microcontroller too. But it was fun putting that stuff together, and it's fun when you get your first power up. And unlike tubes, solid state is very picky. If you hook something up the wrong way, your project goes up in smoke. I know I made a mistake when I did a little AM/FM radio, a little transistor radio kit. So I learned now when I build circuits, I always protect it with a diode, or with a half-bridge rectifier, just in case. The power supply, I know I need to rebuild the part that plugs in the wall. It takes a wall wart, because it's got some hum in the speaker, and you don't want that. There's too many parts here. No, but see, I'm getting too technical. You can tell that that's my hobby of choice. Yeah, I'm missing a radiator grill, and it's silver metallic. Alright, well, let's start sorting parts. Let me... there's supposed to be another one that goes there. Sometimes these things could be hiding the parts too. I got a tile. You know what, let me... It's supposed to come with 4, but I only saw 3 here. There's these here and this one. Let me check the bags real quick. But I remembered when I was a teen, I had a mentor back in college or in high school that showed me how to do all this stuff. I don't see it in there. I hate to think I'm going to have to ding this one down. Let's start pulling the parts out here. I know where my silver metallic parts are at. I got a radiator grill. I know I parted out a bunch of sets. I had a mentor back in the day, and he'd help me with that stuff. Well, let me go get a radiator grill. I hate to think I know I didn't put it in the wrong place, but let me go get that real quick. Okay, so if this doesn't show up, then either A, I put it in the wrong place, or B, oh wait, we don't need 2 there. I didn't see the call out 1, okay. Well, hey, I'd rather get up and not do that. But now I know I had it. I didn't pay attention. 1. I thought there was 2 there because I was confused with that. Okay. Okay, now it looks like we're moving on to the tail wing. All right, so I was done, didn't even know it. Yeah, so now you guys know that I have other hobbies other than that. And I hope you guys all enjoyed my VTuber stuff too. I have a video up. I don't think a lot of people are interested in that. But if you have a chance, just tell me what you think. I don't want to put just bloat on this channel and, and just kind of, you know, I haven't worked on them since that video I made. You probably haven't seen it yet. Well, no, you've already seen it because it's already up on there. But yeah, that was my hobby back then. I used to love building things out of wood, and that radio performed very well in the backcountry. I mean, I took this thing in the backcountry. It's big. It's, what is that, about 2.5 inches thick? They don't make them like that anymore. You can't even, I mean, you could buy something that's like, I have one around here that's really small. It's a Radio Shack radio. I can't find it. But it doesn't perform nearly as well in the backcountry. And that radio there, it's heavy, but it works very well. I took it one time in the upper Sierras, and I was getting stations from almost 200 to 300 miles away. Of course, I was on a big mountain, so it was easier to get them. Yeah, you know, homemade stuff, people say it's not the best, but if you take your time and you align it right, you follow the instructions that the kit comes with, you could survive through that too. Yeah. Wait a minute, what? Did I use the wrong clip? Oh, I did. Okay, watch your clips. I used the wrong one there. Let me make sure. It says a fork. Oh, wait a minute. It goes on this. Okay, I'll be very careful with your clips, because you notice how I made a mistake here. Yeah, but that's what I like doing other than surfing and hanging out, was building computers and radios. No, I don't do that anymore because that hobby's just kind of dead. Matter of fact, you can't even go out and get parts. I have to go the next town over to get the parts I need to finish up something. Right now I'm building a guitar amp for a customer, and yeah, I had to travel to get a tube socket that I misordered, so I had to go into town to get one because I was on a deadline. I didn't want to wait a week for it to get shipped here. And yes, there's people out there who still order tube guitar amps. They like that older stuff, and you know, that's what drives up the cost of vacuum tubes, vacuum bulbs, for hobbyists like myself. But more or less, you know, that's what I did back in the day as a teen. That was built, guys and gals, and I was probably in my late teens. 97, yeah, I would have been like 19 years old or something. Yeah. Most people are, that rail's older than most of my viewers, and it still works too. Yeah, it does. Oh, that's the back of the seat there. Okay. Oh, I see. It's keyed. Alright. Well, if it didn't fall out, then we know it's fine. I did well. I did not mess up. Alright, then we got to put the sides. These are going to be mirrored, so I'm going to go ahead and prepare these now here. But yeah, now some of you, if you want me to do a video on those, I'll probably put them on my tech channel on that radio. I did realign one of my smaller cheap radios that I bought a long time ago, probably like 15 or so years ago. I realigned the AM, it just was barely picking up, and then I realigned it and it was working fine after I did that. And I thought, wow, they just did not align this at the factory, which was kind of a shame. So now we need sticker number 5. Wish these were printed. And I'm just like, guys, I know that's their job. They just kind of put it on a scope real quick. Okay, it looks good. It's not my best performing radio. That wooden one is. But if I can find it in the next installment, I'll show it to you. Oh, I thought I put those on backwards. Let me make sure. Oh, I did. Yep. Lego, I really wish you'd print this stuff. I'm dinging this down to a 9. I mean, really, seriously, you got to watch your orientation, folks, because the white part is supposed to go on the top. And before somebody says it's a skill issue, no, we shouldn't have to. These should have been printed. I'm going on talking about how good quality my stuff is. Well, so these are going to look kind of crummy in the review, and I got something poking me in the back. It's a phone. Alright. But yeah, and plus that touchpad was something I printed on an old-fashioned printer back in the day. And that was supposed to be the same color as the radio, but it's faded out over the years. Okay, so steps 37 and 38 are the same, just mirrors, so we just flip that around. And now, let's get going on the little floodlights here. Got to make 2 of these. Yeah, and radio today is just crummy. It really is. But I need to, when I get done tuning up my radios, I'm going to put some of these in a metal tin. I got one of those ammo boxes that I got at an Army surplus. They're good for putting radios in. You know, you never know. A solar flare will happen. That's not bad. I mean, that closes up pretty nice. Put that on the top there. Okay, now it looks like we're putting together the props. I had to separate a lot of these type of pieces. Let me show you these right here. I was getting a bunch of these in some sets. So I've been pulling these out because they're a very handy piece. If you ever watched me build my rope bridge, these come in handy for making the cables. So I will hang on to that. But yeah, I find that radio, I'll show you guys. I know this is more like a show and tell. At least with these, I keep it real. I'm not going to sit here and just steer you wrong here. Okay, so that fits in like that. And then we shove that back here. Okay, I was wondering how that was going to spin. Alright. Now we got to do the... Ooh. Well, that just fell off. Or did I put that on wrong? Maybe that's how it's supposed to go. Yes, okay, so it's like that. Whoopsie, I really got sloppy. Hey, but here I'm not lying to you. These are running, looks like parallel with the hole. I try to show every angle, but it's like that's why I have to put the disclaimer, because sometimes my hand will cover it, I'll make a mistake. Oh yeah, watch the video all the way through. I've had some that have been critiquing me on things. I'm like, watch the video all the way through. That mistake was corrected in part 3. This one's not too bad, but I'm going to be honest though, I feel like I'm just building some generic Lego City set. This is what this is. It looked cool on the box, but more and more it just feels like the same old thing. And just this alone would have been a good little set here. And that concludes building guide number 1. With just this remaining, now I could split this video now, but I've only been filming for now about 40 minutes. And I think I can survive a little bit more. But there's... somebody's junk car. I thought it was thunder. So this is the helicopter. Obviously you're going to have to move that back. But yeah, so far that's what we have. Okay, I think we're going to wrap up this installment here with bag 3. And I want to thank everyone on my main channel for being subscribers, as well as my Patreon supporters. It's always a big help. In addition, thank you kindly for everybody who takes the time to check out my Rebrickable profile and downloading building guides. I got a little bit for everybody on there. I'm currently working on a new building guide series right now. I'm trying to get that one going, but I did not like how I written up one of my building guides. But I want you to have the best. And in addition to all that, I want to thank everyone for putting up with my nonsense on here and my random stories and stuff. So I really appreciate that too. So if you like this style of video, feel free to subscribe, jingle in a comment, all that stuff. It's free. You don't have to pay for anything. It's all free here. All free. And yeah, so right now we're going to start part of the boat. Oh, step one, we need this big thing. So we are going to work on that. So let me scoot everything out of the way here. When I do a photo shoot on this, I'm probably just going to do it all indoors. I've been doing some of my photo shoots outside. When they get something like this, I'm not putting this in my pool. Okay, so put that right there. And yeah, let's see here. Well, step number one is a tile. Like right here in the center, like way up here in the hole. Make sure, because that is going to be a turd getting that out. Oh yeah, this comes out too. You didn't know that. So if you get water trapped in there, just pop that out. Those come out very easily, but I'm not putting this in the pool. And this is the radio I was aligning. It's a little Radio Shack radio, starting to yellow a little bit. I modified it with an antenna years ago. This is the one last one I was aligning, and I got it the best I could. I changed out the FM filters, got a little bit more separation, and yeah, it works more or less. The AM was really badly off, so I just put that on my my scope and used my generators and got that tweaked up just right. It helps when you have the proper equipment. It's not the best performing AM radio because the filtering on it is not that good, but it'd be good. It's good as for a local listener. I wouldn't use that in the backcountry and depend on it. It has like the weather radio, and it has channels 2 through 13 for TV, which now we don't have analog TV anymore, so I can't use that. But you know what? I can't just throw away tech. I'd like to see if I can save it before I toss it. And there's other brands of radios I know will outperform that, but yeah. Okay, we got another sticker we got to put on here. I got to find the other wall panel. Yep, Lego standby color, white again. At least this is orange. I wish this was in white, because then I could use it for a yacht. And we need sticker number 6. So I think that main radio, I probably don't even need to tweak it. And there's 6 right there. Make sure I get this one on right. Somebody's picture of their family in here, and these are a pain to stick in here. Yeah, this may take me a while because putting stickers inside these wall panels are a bit of a chore. I got it in there though. Yeah, at least this camera's working. That goes right here. Yeah, so we're about halfway done with the sticker sheet. I mean, the stickers are not too bad. At least they're not like we're doing sticker after sticker after sticker. So I got to at least tip my hat off to Lego. Right now, I'm going to say right now we're at a 9 with the set the way it is. You know, more or less, it's just stickers and all that stuff. But, you know, hey. And it's always my neighbors starting up their junk cars. Mine's is over 30 years old and it's still as quiet as can be because I keep up on it. Yeah, keep up on the maintenance on your cars. They'll last for literally, they'll last until they're, the plastic parts inside the interior pieces will fall apart before the engine will. You were like surprised, like, wait, this car still runs really good. I'm like, yeah, it does. You take care of it. It's my first new car I've ever had, and it's my last new car I'm getting for a while. There we go. Well, how are you going to get back in here? Is that where we throw the prisoners at when they're stolen away? I don't know. Okay, now looks like we're building something here. But yeah, aligning radios. If you want to get into something like that, that AM radio took me maybe about, it took me longer to set up the equipment in here because it was buried in the shop or on the kitchen table. But it took me about maybe 40 minutes or so, 30, 40 minutes to align it. And then once I was done, it was, I went outside and tested it out, and I was picking up some stations, which is cool. Yeah, for those who think I just do Lego, no. Lego is not my main thing. This is just something I do to get away from technology. Get away from the ringing phones, the screaming children, the barking dogs, all that stuff. I used to say that when I had roommates here. Okay, this is just to get me away from the barking dogs and the screaming children. Matter of fact, the other day I was going grocery shopping, and some parents need to learn how to tell their kids no. This kid was literally throwing a fit because he wasn't getting his stack of Pokemon cards. Like literally screaming up a storm. I thought, dude, you better be glad I'm not your dad. You'd be getting a paddling on the rear, but you can't do that anymore because that's considered bad. But no, I'd give you a paddling on your rear and tell you no. But kids today don't know what the word no is. Some do. I don't like the way that's springing on the corners. So I think this is not, we don't have access to this. I think this is just closed. What a waste. Could have made a good bathroom. Have a bedroom here. Put a bedroom here, have this be a bathroom, and just, or maybe put a bedroom here, have the bathroom here, and the living room and kitchen in there. Make a good little, a yacht. Jay, when are you going to get to these boat builds you've been promising? The big boats? I don't even know yet. Hadn't even finished the pizzeria yet. And you've got a better view than I do. Well, at least one thing, though. I'm building with Legos with an S today to make everybody mad. I bet I got a lot of thumbs downs for that one. Okay. Come on, we've all said it when we were kids. Playing with my Legos today. And finding out Lego gets offended over that. I'm playing with my play wells. Okay, I gotta make 2 of these now. Playing with my play wells today. Yeah, but at least this is a very fun little hobby. It's just very expensive. Very expensive. Yeah, but I'm going to try to keep these build installments down really low. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad I had to take a break when I did. You know what happened? I had like 8 or 9 minutes left on that memory card. I thought, ooh, I better swap it over. So I did. Because I did not want to mess up and have to stop what I'm doing. But all my cards are cleaned off, which is always a good thing. Yeah. So you get a better angle. I'm trying to keep my angles mostly towards how the building guide lays them out. We haven't even got to the big stuff yet. We're still working on this stuff. Wow, Lego, we really are I mean, that's really nice there. I mean, you know, Lego, now you could have put a 2x4. We have those. Instead of putting 2 2x2 slopes in there. Come on, we're fluffing up the parts again. And yeah. Now I could do another bag right now. It would be kind of tempting to do it. But I've only been filming now for 10 minutes. Makes the video about under an hour. Not too bad. Okay, now we got to focus on a place to sleep, and we're making some simple bunks here out of these. I'm just going to start piecing them together. And yeah, I hope these videos do help you out as a viewer. Hey, at least Lego put the studs here at the bottom, so your minifigures can, you know, the tubes on the back of their legs can attach to those. Some of my more modern beds have those just so the minifigures can affix to them, so when you're carrying a mock around, you don't have to worry about those falling off. There we go. 2 bunk beds. So this is more or less a bunk room. That goes right there. Not too bad. And that's it. No pieces remaining for that portion of the build. Let me see how bad this next one here is. I can always take a look at the bag number 5. I mean, it's pretty small, but it looks like it's small parts. So, yeah, we'll take a breather there. Okay, summation of thoughts. It's more or less the boat part is the fun part of the build. I'd say that building this alone, let me start setting things up for the thumbnail here. The boat is going to be the more exciting part. These are just accessories. I'm only guessing that's just part of the gig here. We'll set that there for right now because there's just so much here. There's 5 minifigures. We've already gone through 3 of them. Okay. And I could take this outside and do a thumbnail of it, but you know what? I'm not going to do that right now. Get that hair off my workbench. Where did that come from? Okay, let's see here. Why do I set them up for thumbnails? Why don't I just use the crummy ones that Lego or YouTube does? Because I'm not crummy like that. I mean, these are already cringy. I don't want to make them worse. So this here is... I'm going to flip this thing around. Yeah, my neighbors just run their junk car. Like they have this kid that just sits in his car, just revs up the engine, and he just listens to the radio. I mean, why? I don't know. Gas out here is approaching $7 a gallon. I drove by one gas station. They were at $9.99 out of town. And I was like, man, I could not do that at all. But I'm glad it's not me. It's a little lopsided, I know, but I'm going to take my thumbnail. But I'd say right now, this is very interesting. I'm not bored with this build. It just feels like your typical average Lego city set. Yeah, you just rev that old gas guzzler up, dude. Make me rich. But I'd say for the most part, though, it's not too bad. The stickers are mild. Just watch your orientations. But I think whoever gets this, you're going to have a lot of fun putting this one together. And matter of fact, I really want to get back into this one, so I'm going to do a little work, and then I'm going to come back, and we're going to do this. But tell me what you think so far.